Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel. I'm super excited because I'm cleaning up my craft room. In my last little book, Thrifted Treasures, I think it was mostly books, video, I mentioned that I had 3 or 4 more piles that I've had sitting here over by my door here in my craft room since August. So I have not touched them since that video. I put that one away and that was it. So today I was like, let me get another pile put away. That would be awesome because I'm kind of cleaning a couple other areas up in here. I mean, it's a small room, so, you know, not like it's so much room, you know, area to clean up. I just, you know, how you do. You just kind of, when you're busy, you kind of start making a mess, and before you know it, things are looking like they're getting out of control. So anyway, this is one of my piles that I'm determined to put away today. So I thought I'd share it with you. These are, I just love these little books. I mean, look at how pretty they are. Can you tell? I love them. Look at this. Yes, you're saying, Sherry, I think you have enough cookbooks, right? But aren't they pretty? Look, I love these. Anyway, I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to have to put some of these in my shop because I've got, you know, I make cookbook journals. I just have some recipe cards poked in here that I was picking up from the thrift store, but I make cookbook journals, so I wanted to collect some of these, and I have a cookbook or a like recipe bundle in my shop, so I wanted to collect some of these because I'm trying to put a booklet, or I said I would put a booklet like this type, maybe this type of thing. That's just a little mail-in, but in the cookbook or in the recipe book page bundles, you know what I mean? The recipe book pages and other things. I have a couple different ones. Anyway, listings in my shop that have to do with recipes and cookbooks and things like that. So I was collecting these for those, but I have quite a collection now, and the space where I keep them is, I think it's pretty full. So I think I'm going to put some of these in my shop, but I just wanted to show you what I got because I think they're so cute. And I don't, believe it or not, I don't buy every one I see because I was having trouble finding them, believe it or not. I was having trouble finding them. And then now I'm just finding them, like, you know, pretty much every time I go to the thrift store, I can find them if I want to. And so I kind of narrowed what I was getting. I was just kind of getting whatever I found, and then, you know, vintage ones. And now I'm being more picky. I'm getting like the pretty ones, like this little Christmas baking. I mean, isn't that pretty? It has a pretty cover. So that's I would like it to be vintage if possible, but at least if it has a pretty cover, I like it also. And then the inside, if it has really pretty pages like this one. These are gorgeous pages. And so then I'll go ahead and get it. So like this one, let me see if this one is vintage. This is so pretty. It's Pillsbury, and Pillsbury does have, theirs are usually really pretty. You kind of get to know if you're collecting them. You kind of get to know, oh, Pillsbury, they do them really pretty, you know. So like this one is, okay, this one's 2000, so it'll be vintage next year, I believe. I believe vintage is $19.99 and older right now because, you know, it's 20 years or older is vintage. So I think in 2020, this one will be vintage. I believe that's how it works. Anyway, this is a super pretty one, and that's Pillsbury. So like here's Pillsbury, chocolate and other cravings. So the dessert ones are really pretty. They have pretty pictures and a pretty cover. And I'm not going to go, I don't have that many books to show you, but, you know, in the interest of saving time, I mean, I know I kind of would like to know the copyright, but like, okay, this was 1991, and it's Pillsbury too, but look at, I guess this one is a little shinier cover. I'm trying to figure out how I can tell by looking at it if it's vintage or not. So this one has a little bit shinier, glossier cover. So this one is, you know, a little glare on it. Shows it that it's a little shiny, but it's less glossy than that 2000. So this is another pretty one. Oh, did you see that? Gingerbread church. Did I just see? Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So cute. That's awesome. I've never seen a gingerbread church, you know, gingerbread church. That's neat. Okay, so chocolate. We looked at this one, but we didn't look at the copyright. Let's see if we can see the copyright. If it takes too long to find, I will just skip it, which this one is taking too long to find. So anyway, it's probably vintage. But when I list it, I'll look, you know, I'll look, oh, I got two of those. I'll look, you know, more in depth for the copyright. But this one's Grandma's Christmas Cookies. Now this is a really cute one. Favorite brand name recipes. Here's the back. And let's see. 1997. And so very pretty pictures. And I just saw a gingerbread man. Oh, they're gingerbread bears. Oh my goodness. That is adorable. Wow. Okay, Taste of Home. Now these I like because they're like recipe cards. So if somebody wanted to use it for a junk journal, you can. I'm trying to see if they're perforated on this one. I don't think this one is perforated, but it does have a little line like to show you where to cut if you wanted to cut these out. So I like that because of that, you know, and it probably is vintage. Let's see. Oh no, this was not quite vintage, 2002. So a couple years for that one to be vintage. Bars and Cookies, Pillsbury again. Look how cute the Pillsbury makes the cutest covers. Okay, let's guess how what year this is compared to the other ones that we looked at. One was real glossy, and so I'm going to say this one is, well, September 1998 is right on the front. I just cracked myself up because I was like going to turn the page, and there it was right in front of me. Sorry to get a little crazy there. Okay, 1988 Jell-O. This is super cute cover, right? Look at the little Jell-O recipe cups here, and then we've got inside is pretty. This looks oh, I already said 1988. Okay, so this one doesn't have the date on the front, and this is a Pillsbury. Okay, I'm going to guess on this one. This one looks like the 1991 one, you know, that I just showed you. So let's see if it's 1991 or around that time, if we can find it. Watch, they probably don't have it, a copyright in this one. That's weird, because the other one was, did I skip it? 1992. There you go. Okay, Pillsbury, calorie-wise meals and snacks. A beautiful piece of pizza here. And just a nice looking vintage one. I think it's vintage. This is Pillsbury. Again, it doesn't feel like quite as glossy as that one, so 1990 something maybe. 1992 on that one too. And this is probably around that same time. And it is. So let's see what it looks like. Oh, I like the dishes here. It looks very country, you know what I mean, with the colors. Of course, the gingham here and the gingham here. And they've got a red pepper back there. That looks good. Fish and seafood. More gingham. They know how to take a pretty picture, right? So that's, looks like all of my cookbooks from this little bundle of books. I've got all these recipe cards because someone at that thrift store has just scattered these recipe cards to the wind. So whenever I go, I think they're all gone now because I've gone a few times. This was in August. I've went a few times, and here's some cardboard. I even picked that up. This is really, well, let me see how many pieces are here. This was in a basket or something that, you know, I didn't have to pay for this, but it's like chipboard. It's thick, so I figured, you know, they're going to throw this in the trash, so I picked it up and figured I could use it, you know. And then here's a little envelope. Looks like it came out of one of the, that's super cute. Even though it's just a plain envelope, I like the size. So I could use that cardboard, of course, in my junk journals. Here's another piece. It must have been from this collection of library cards because it's the same size of these tall ones, these cardboard. But like I said, it was scattered to the wind, these recipe cards. So whenever I went a few times in August, I would just, whenever I saw one, I would pick it up and put it with my stuff. You know, I figured sooner or later I'll get them all. I think I have now. I haven't seen any lately. But these are different sizes too. There's mostly tall ones in here, but what is this? A picture of some kids. And, oh, here's some more cardboard. See, I'm getting organized here. Get all my cardboard together. I have a cardboard stash. If you make junk journals, maybe you do too. Okay, so here's all the short ones. Here's a few tall ones. These definitely look vintage. Let's see if it has a date anywhere here. Copyright 1975 on these tall ones. So these are cool. Divider card. And this neat desserts. And then these are a little shorter. See? Well, these are divider cards. Okay, that's what it is. I get it. I'm figuring this out. Okay, so these were the cards that you put into your little organizer, probably. And then these are the dividers. See, this says the in-between, so you put whatever cards go with that, of course. Easy peasy. And, you know, put them like this in between your cards. That's why they're taller, so you could see the title. Okay, I didn't realize what it was when I picked it up. I didn't really look at it. Just saw, you know, the pictures, and it had to do with recipes. So then I get home. It's the first time I've had this sitting. I mean, I know that's hard to believe, but I've had this sitting there for a month, over a month probably, and so it's almost September 30th, and this is the first time I've looked at them since I brought them home. So that's good to know. Cool. So I've got, what do I have here? So these are just different recipes. It's neat because they have 4 pictures and then the finished recipe down here. So it's kind of like pictures showing you steps, and there's little instructions under the steps, and then the final, what you want your final, what you're cooking to look like. So pretty neat, right? Let's see what's on the back. Okay, that's the actual recipe and everything, and instructions back there. So very cool, in different colors. There's a nice pretty green one. So yeah, so I like to do like sew things on here too. These are really neat to sew on and stick in pockets and just have fun with. You could even make a little, I wonder, I've never tried to like bend one, but it looks like they would fold pretty easily if you wanted to fold it and make some kind of a little booklet. Or I wonder if you joined them together with a spine, you could almost make a little journal out of them. So anyway, lots of fun to be had with those. Or if I get too many of those, I might have to put them in my shop too. Actually, I was thinking about that, wasn't I? Yes, I was. And then I found my boys were both, and my husband was a Cub Master, and my boys were both in Scout. So whenever I see a Scout book, here's some more recipe cards. Whenever I see a Scout book, I am tempted to buy it, and I have bought a couple, and one I have used, I think, I'm not sure if I used all of it, but the pictures are really cute in here, like this, especially the bear. The bear, I think, is, what do they start out as? Well, I'm not going to try to remember, but bear is, I think, the younger kids, and so they have cute pictures in here. Let's see the color. And, you know, crafts and things, different activities and crafts and events. You know, I mean, look at that. Isn't that cute? cutest little pictures in here. So if it's one like this that has these cute pictures, I have a couple that I have in my stash like this. This is going to be another one, probably that, I don't know if I'll keep it or not. I have to see what I have in my stash. But anyway, I love these pictures to use in my journals. So, or those pages. So here's a couple of, oh, here's another recipe book. Picnics, Pillsbury Picnics and Barbecue. And this looks like a 1990, or early 1990 also. The date is not on the front this time. And this is 1995. So let me get this back here by my recipe books. And when I'm done with this video, I'll be ready to put everything away. So this is McCall's. Let's see if I have any more of these. No, that's the only one. This is McCall's cookie collection. And this, I'll probably put this in my shop. Here's another one. And I don't know if I've ever bought one of these before. They have to be perfect, like as far as what they look like, as far as the cover being pretty, and then the inside having cute, super cute pictures like this one. This is, let's see what year, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. 1950, 60, 70, 85. Just adding up the Roman numerals. 1985. And this does look like a 1985, so I think I'm right about that date. But oh my goodness, when I saw this, now I'm remembering. So like I said, I haven't looked at it in a month, but I was like, this is so cute. I mean, look at these little pictures. Look at these little pictures. So cute. So adorable. Oh, look at this. I don't know, I might have to keep this one. Maybe that's why I got it, because it was so super cute. Oh my goodness, I love this. That's why I got it. Now I remember. Okay. So, I mean, you wouldn't know how cute it was. I mean, you say, okay, pretty cookies. And then you look at the inside and you're like, oh my goodness. At least that's how I am. Oh my goodness, this is the cutest thing ever. So, yeah, I had to get it. So, this and this are hardback books. I've got, I have passed these up before, but I think I used all of the one I had. I made the cover into a journal, and it was really cool. Cool cover. I mean, this is what it looks like when you have it as a cover. You have the keyboard there, or actually it was like this, or something like that. But anyway, or maybe, I wonder if I folded it sideways. Anyway, it made the coolest cover with this piano keyboard on here and the finger power. And if you ever took piano lessons, you know, the time era that I did, you probably use this piano book because it's scales, right? Yeah, I think so, if I remember right. But I think that's cool. I think this was cool, and it doesn't have that many pages, so it's not like I can't use this up pretty quick. And then I have another cover to make another one of these cool piano, you know, keyboard covers. So that's why I got that. It's definitely vintage. This is really neat. Wow, I forgot I got this one, and I don't remember even getting this one. Sometimes I go in and out of there pretty quick. I don't even know what I got until I look at it again. And I was like, oh, that was really cool. So anyway, look at these colors. This is so pretty. Yellow, greens, and reds. And this is all got a little bit of rip right there, but I can cut that off right above the 3 maybe. And yeah, some of this would have to be cut off if I make this into a journal, this cover. Let's see how old this is. 1955. It did look old, so. And then I can use this music. And the back is yellow too. So this is really neat. Solid on the inside. Let's see if this soft. Was this solid on the inside? Yeah. So really, I guess I just really love the colors on this cover, and that's why I got that one. So the two hardback books. I forgot how to talk there. Question and Answer of Everyday Science. Yes, I think I remember this one. This one just had some pretty, look at this, these pictures. Wow, I didn't even know that pretty. I would have sent that to Aaliyah if I would have known that was in here. But that looks like an ocean. Yeah, it says, talks about sand up here on the beach. Because I wonder if she's done with her ocean journal. Because I was looking everywhere in my stash for pictures for her and things about the ocean. And I couldn't find anything except for a couple things. And so, anyway, that's only one picture though in here. Looks like everything else is more recipe cards. I stick them in the books because it's hard to carry them. Like they're like, you know, I'm carrying things in my arms and these are kind of slippery. And if I don't stick them inside of a book, they're just falling everywhere. So anyway, if you're wondering why I keep finding them in the books, that's what happened. I stuck them in the books. But super cute pictures, very colorful and fun. I mean, look at this clothesline. Isn't that cute? Refrigerator. There's all kinds of neat colors in here. And a good sized page to fold and use in a journal. And this one, let's see why I bought this one. Shining, looks like it says a reading program on the back. Shining Bridges. So this must be a reader, I would say. Looks like it might have been at a school, I'm not sure. And recipe cards. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be crazy. Okay. What year are you? 1965. That's pretty neat. And so, let's see what it looks like. Very cool. Eddie finds a bag. Pictures of a grocery store. Pictures of kids and a lake or a pond. I like the readers because it has usually has this font like this, like a bigger, you know, it's easier to read, especially for kids if they've just learned how to read or whatever. It's easier, I think, to read the bigger font and, you know, the younger grades. So, very cool. So, lots of nice pictures in here. There's one with a squirrel. Yeah, that's a squirrel. Very neat. Sorry if I'm out of frame. I'm trying to stay in frame. Oh, here's a school bus. This is neat. The rainiest day of the year, and there's a school bus right here. That's neat. I don't know, I like that picture. Oh dear. Oh, I shouldn't show you this picture. There's a kitty cat in an oven. I don't know why. I have to read the story. The hungry kitty cat. I'm sure she's getting him out of there. But there's a little kitty cat in the oven right there. She's like, "Get out of there, kitty cat." I'm sure that's what she's saying. Oh dear. Oh, here's some dog houses. Colorful. That's a pretty picture. They're playing with the puppies. So anyway, I just wanted to share those books with you and show you what some of this is going in my shop and what I'll be using in my journals and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoyed those and enjoyed this video. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that would be awesome. And then you can get notified. Hit that little bell and you can be notified of my next videos. If you're new to my channel, I do lots of different videos. Show you what I'm working on, the journals and the crafting little challenges I do and things like that. And then once in a while I have a little, what I call thrifted treasures. And I show you Happy Mail and things like that. So just all kinds of fun stuff I try to share. And so just hit that subscribe button. And I'm going to be having a giveaway soon. Maybe that might be in my next video because I have another pile I need to clean up of Happy Mail. And I need to share some of that. So I will be doing a video about that next, probably after I get this put away. So thanks for watching today, and hope y'all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Happy crafting and happy thrifting. See you later.